And now to discuss more on this, I'm joined by Dr. Ajay Lele, who's a space expert from IDSA, which is the International Data Space Association. Good afternoon, sir. Now, while NASA's Parker Solar Probe is really historical, help us understand its importance and benefits in terms of world's progress in space exploration.
First, some correction. I come from IDSA, that is the Institute for Defense Studies and Analysis. As far as this particular probe is concerned, it's a very historic moment, as it has been already explained in the report which was just telecasted. You see, what happens is that we are very keen to know about what is happening on the surface of the sun. This is essentially because you know that entire Earth atmosphere, the survival on the Earth itself depends on the activities which are happening on the sun. There are a lot of activities which happen on the sun, like coronal mass ejections, then there are solar storms, there are some fluxes also which are there. There's a huge amount of a plasma which is there. Then there is a solar wind also there. Please do not confuse the solar wind with a normal wind, because we have a wind and air, but here it is all about plasma. What happens is that as these things start happening, as the atmosphere on the sun keeps on changing, we are interested to know what is happening with the solar weather, or what we call that as a space weather. Just to give you some context to this, around 2 years back, Elon Musk had launched around 49 satellites for his SpaceX. And out of those 49 satellites, within one day, 40 satellites had gone unserviceable because of the solar storms. So this is extremely important as far as our activities on Earth are concerned, because at times the high radiations also could impact the lives of the pilots and the passengers on board of the aircrafts also. These events happen not very regularly, but when they happen, they actually impact your survival on the Earth. Particularly as far as our telecommunications are concerned, there is a huge amount of impact the space weather puts into. So there has been efforts for years together to understand the space weather. A couple of decades back, the US had launched, along with the European Union, observatory called SOHO, which is out there into the space, picking up a lot amount of inputs from that. In fact, if you recollect, in the year 2023, India has launched a satellite called Aditya L1 to understand the sun. Very recently, for the European Union, ISRO has launched a satellite called Proba 3. Again, this satellite is going to make us understand better things about the sun. But as far as all these satellites are concerned, they have not gone so close the where NASA's probe today has gone. So that is the important thing, because we will come to know many, many more things which otherwise are unknown to us.
And also, when we talk about the mission scientists who are awaiting a final confirmation by Friday, but what actually are the chances of positive reciprocal activity here when we look at it?
I think as it was explained that this particular probe has already completed 21 flybys around the sun. So as it is approaching closer to the sun, more amount of temperatures are there. As it was told that the temperatures could be around 980 degrees or around 1000 degrees Celsius. So these are very huge temperatures. The initial indications which are there from NASA appears that it could have sustained those high temperatures, because that's what it has been already planned for. It's not this particular mission. They are planning in the month of March and another mission in the month of June also, as far as coming closer to the sun. So NASA has planned it. To my mind, the mission must have become successful, but it takes time to collect the data, to get communication from these things, because the distances are so far. So by Friday, we will come to know exactly what has happened to the life of this mission.
Now, Dr. Lele, the Christmas Eve flyby is the first of the 3 close passes, with the next 2 which are set for March the 22nd and June 19 in the year 2025. What could be the possible developments that we can expect from the next 2 passes here?
You see, this is similar type of things, because the probe has got certain equipments on board of it. These equipments will be catching up information about electromagnetic density, about your electrons, protons, ions. Then there is a small telescope also on board of it. So it will collect a lot amount of data. So all these 3 missions will collect data from a vicinity which is very close to the sun, incomparable to other units. Just to put the things in context, our Aditya L1 is around 148 million kilometers from the sun, while this particular probe is around 6.1 million closer to the sun. So you can imagine how much amount of a distance it is close to the sun and what sort of correct information it could carry because of its close vicinity to the sun.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Lele, for joining us from Institute for Defence Studies and Analysis. And thank you so much for bringing us a rounded perspective on this global development.
Thank you.